Ain't Tristan coming too?
What's that?
Ain't Tristan coming too, or no?
No, Tristan's going to review. So it's just you two, so we'll go ahead and start and get you guys out of here. Go ahead and open up a question.
What was that?
Really, for both of you, just wondering, as you got into the game, after the layoff, did you feel rusty? Did you kind of feel back in mid-season form? How did you feel as the game got going?
Yeah, I was just telling Ev, I felt a little rusty. Just getting up and down, it's not the same as practice. It's just a little more intense in the games. Something about it.
For me personally, I mean, when you play, when you practice every day with this certain mindset and a certain intensity, I mean, it's not really any adjustment. It's I put a lot of shots up every day, so it's not really any rust I was feeling. I just was feeling like a normal day at the office, really.
Jabari, another big second half there. Just what is it about like those late game situations that kind of make you, I guess, raise the bar for you?
I don't know yet. I really don't. I think it's just, I really don't know.
Evan, can you put your finger on maybe what went right for your team in the second half, especially offensively? You had the 11-0 run that kind of broke this open, and just seemed like the offense moved and operated more smoothly.
I think we had 12 assists in that second half. I know we had 5 at halftime. So I mean, when you share the ball and play together, I mean that's really all it takes, for offensive output. So I mean, I credit it to our willingness to share the ball with each other.
Maybe for either of you, how about the effort Julian Hammond gave you guys tonight? 5 rebounds, 4 assists, 4 steals. Obviously played more minutes after KJ went down.
Yeah, I think that shows the level of stick-to-itness that he has. That shows the level of preparation he has. I mean, because if you remember correctly, I mean he wasn't playing that much at the beginning of the season, and it's a big-time adjustment to not be playing that much and just come in and get thrown in and play a lot. So, I mean, he's ready for it, and he was ready, and his mindset was clear, and I think he's just well prepared. So,
just talking about the anticipation of wanting to get a game and to play again. It's been December 18th. It's been a while. Just talk about the want to play.
You want to speak on that, boy?
Yeah, I think my last game was almost like a month ago because I went out with a head injury. So since then, I haven't played like in a basketball game. So. And then the Kansas game, we were so prepared for that, and then it got shut down. It's just the anticipation, like the way it's been happening. We were in Oregon, and that got shut down. It's like they just let us out the cage today. That's what it felt like.
Yeah, I mean, you start to think every game is an opportunity to get better, opportunity to obviously win the game, but just compete and to be starved from that for 3 weeks is. I mean, in the midst of season, it's hard on anybody, and I think our guys did a good job of rolling with the punches, kept on keeping on. So
you definitely don't want to take it for granted. I think that's one thing. It shows like every time I'm in my room, I'm like, I was just playing basketball last week. It can go away so quickly,
so fast.
I believe it was a season high 51.8% from the field. Was that just fresh legs or just getting good looks? What was it for you guys?
I don't know about fresh legs.
We haven't had off
practicing,
day.
but I credit it to sharing the ball with each other. Again, 12 assists in the second half. When you play for each other, it's easy to just score. I mean, the ball moving like that it makes the game so much more easy. So.
Anything else for Evan or Jabari? All right.
I really wish I could answer that question. I'm thinking. I'm trying to reflect. I'm like, I don't know what it is. It's something about the second half. I don't know if the game just calms down. I don't know if it's the nerves. I don't know, but I just feel more comfortable in the second half, really. Yeah.
Yeah, it's all man. Yeah, it's all good.
Thanks.
All right, cool. See you later, man. Nice seeing you, boy.
fish dancing, or what was the deal?
Jabari there? I think just something came to him there. Hoofed it. Yeah, just kind of follow it. Force this first.
cool you do that.
Tad's just finishing up with the college.
Except for stations that have the
Yeah. Gabe does a little bit, but he just.
Oh, that's good.
Nah. He's more if there's something in the news. You do it regularly.
He's like,
He's more if there's something in the news.
yeah,
You do it as a regular.
yeah, we
Part
do.
of the
Yeah,
drill.
we do CU 52 weeks, and we do CSU
When
in
you guys
season.
need us.
Football and basketball, not always in the spring, sometimes through the spring.
You could
But
say
not
I'm
for
saying
summer.
it's
Yeah.
Jabari.
Then I get Phil Steele
Taking
on
summer
when his
games.
magazine comes out. On the college stuff.
Or heck,
But, yeah, tried to get him for this time, I couldn't for the college football playoff. Says he's done doing radio for this year. He's working on a magazine ready for next year. So we'll have him back in June when the magazine comes out.
It's amazing that magazine is still a thing this day and age.
You can get it, I get it both ways, electronically and print.
Yeah.
So I can use it on my laptop and I sit there and watch games with it.
maybe.
Keep track of who's who.
It's I tweeted something like you.
And then I have my blue ribbon year.
They always change it over the season.
Did you get that? The blue ribbon year. They had a good,
Or you can ask.
good podcast this week, Blue Ribbon, with,
Does it make your
Seth
birthday
Green.
even?
We mentioned Deshaun,
Do you?
mentioned, Dallas Walsh. This week we mentioned on the podcast.
Does it make your birthday more sweeter? It's good stuff.
You're going to get head coach Cadwell here. Coach, please start with an opening statement, and we'll open up for questions.
Well, good win. Wasn't the prettiest performance by us, especially in the first half. But this team continues to find ways to win games, late in tough situations, and really proud of the way they played as a group. And 17 assists tonight is a really, really good number for us. So that means we're playing together offensively. The last 3 weeks where we haven't played games and we've had workouts and or practices, we've gotten a lot of shots up. And our guys, I think it showed tonight. We made open shots when we had to, especially in the second half. We shot 64% from the field. Going into the game against Washington State, they're one of the best defensive teams in the country in terms of field goal percentage defense, and we shoot 51% against them. That's pretty good because they're a good defensive team. So I thought guys did a good job on that end of the ball. We turned it over a little bit too much, especially in that first half. We ended up with 17 turnovers. That's too many, but we figured out a way, and we guarded at the end when we had to, and it's a good win for the Buffs.
I think 12 of those assists, I believe, were in the second half, and
Yeah.
obviously shot the ball better. What was happening in the second half that was lacking in the first half?
Well, we were more patient, and we talked at halftime about the fact that in the first half we're trying to score after one pass, without the ball being moved from one side of the floor to the other. Against Washington State, against good defensive teams, you're not going to score on the first or second pass. You're not going to score if you don't get the ball from one side of the floor to the other. You're not going to score unless you get paint touches. In the first half, just to give you some statistics, because my staff gives these to me at halftime, in the first half we were 3 for 14 in terms of scoring or getting fouled with no paint touches. We were 16 for 21 when we got paint touches and we got the ball in the lane. And I asked our team, do you like being 16 for 21 or do you like being 3 for 14? Now, that doesn't mean we made 16 baskets, but we got to the foul line or they fouled or something good happened. And you have to have patience to do that, and we did a better job of that in the second half.
Coach, what does it mean for a guy to have a guy like Jabari Walker step up to really take control of the second half?
Yeah, Jabari was struggling in the first half. I think he gets a little bit impatient sometimes when he's not scoring, and he's just got to understand the game's going to come to him. He can't. You know, the game tells you what to do. It tells you when to shoot, when to pass, you know, when to move the ball. And Jabari's still figuring that out. You know, he's become a much better playmaker for us recently. You know, first basket of the game that we got, he made a really nice pass to Evan that earlier in the year he probably would have shot that thing and put up a tough shot. Keyshawn in the first half had some really difficult twos, not good shots, and second half did a much better job. So Jabari's just got to let the game come to him and understand he's not going to score it every time he touches it. He just needs to make the right basketball play, and he's getting better at that. He really is. I just thought he was a little bit sped up a little bit at times tonight. He's just got to slow down and relax. And, you know, you forget, Jabari Walker's still a sophomore. Tristan DeSilva's still a sophomore. Nate Clifford is still a sophomore. You know, we still got some young guys out there that are, you know, being put in positions in Pac-12 play that they haven't been in before. So guys responded tonight.
Coach, your thoughts on the university raising money for the Marshall Fire victims and just...
Yeah. I mean, look, there's so many things that are more important than basketball that we know about. And, you know, the game before, the last game we played for cancer survivors. And now tonight we're raising money for the fires victims and their families. And that's the one thing, you know, I love about our players is they understand the importance of community and giving to others. And it's not like they did it. Our fans did it. The fans are the ones that came and gave the gift cards and gave the money. So thank you to the fans that did that and expressed that support. And just know that, you know, we understand there's things that are bigger than basketball. Our players understand that. It's something we talk about with these guys. And so our hearts go out to those victims, and because it's going to be a long road to recovery, and we know that. So we got to continue to help and support in any way we can. Tonight was a good step in that direction.
You mentioned guys responding. How big a lift was it, the effort you got from Julian Hammond tonight after KJ went down?
Big-time minutes by Julian, big-time minutes. I mean, he had 4 assists, no turnovers, 4 steals, and he got his hands on a lot of other balls. He really was active with his hands tonight, getting deflections, which we needed because our ball screen defense in the first half was atrocious. It was better in the second half. He was as good as any guard we had in terms of getting those deflections, and he played with poise. He didn't play scared. You know, big-time, you know, minutes by a freshman coming off the bench that hasn't gotten, you know, a lot of minutes this year. We always talk about making the time you're on the floor count. Don't count the minutes you're out there. Count, you know, let's make the time count that you're out there. And he did that tonight, which is going to earn him more minutes in the future. So really kudos go to him. Eli Parquet played like an all Pac-12 defender tonight on Michael Flowers, who was their leading scorer. Did a terrific job. I mean, he had a tough 3 on him there at the end, but that was great defense, and he held him to 2 for 10 from the field. So kudos to Eli for doing what he does, and that's something he's got to continue to take pride in.
Anything else for Coach?
Just one for me. This is counting your time at Northern, career win number 299 for you. So 300, I'm going to assume, will happen at some point here. In the past, you've usually downplayed these sort of milestones, but obviously it's been a strange couple of years. Wondering if, you know, these kind of big numbers have different meaning for you now.
Not really. You know, Pat, look, I haven't scored a point or got a rebound or made an assist or, you know, I've just tried to recruit really, really good players and good kids and help develop them and mold them into a team. And our staff deserves a lot of the credit just as much as I do. All the assistants that have been here for the last 12 years and my assistants at Northern Colorado. So, you know, players win games. You know, coaches can I almost lost a game because we don't know how to substitute tonight. So, you know, players win games. So the kudos go to the players that have, you know, played for me and played for our staff, and kudos to the assistant coaches. So it's just a number, and you just keep plugging away, and, you know, it just means I've been around for a while. That's all it means.
Does a birthday win feel extra good for you?
You know, all I told my wife when I left the house this morning, and she says, have a great day, and I said, all I want today is a win. So I'm really thankful. It's amazing with social media. Holy cow. I used to be able to keep my birthday under wraps, but you can't do that. You can't do that anymore. So
On your birthday, we got a nice hell yes comment.
Did we?
About the Arizona Wildcats.
I'll be a little bit more subdued. I always get myself in trouble when I do press conferences after Arizona wins. See ya. Thank you.